All right, welcome to Lesson 6, Estimating Quotients. You should be on page 223. Our objectives today, we are going to estimate some quotients, estimate those division problems. Let's start with our vocabulary startup. The word that they give us today is compatible. I love compatible. It's such a nice word. Compatible. What does compatible mean? If two people are compatible. If two people are compatible, I have to write sideways, sorry. They are able to exist in harmony. Oh, isn't that nice? Two people who are compatible usually date each other. Why? Because they can exist in harmony. They don't fight and bicker and be grumpy. So, give me an example. How about PB&J? Peanut butter and jelly is compatible. Who doesn't want PB&J? How about some shoes and socks? Shoes and socks are definitely compatible. How about Packers and Bears? They are definitely not compatible. So a non-example, Packers and Bears. How about oil and water? Oil and water, they don't mix at all, they separate. All right. How about a handheld game versus, I'm gonna say BS for versus a game console? They are not compatible. Which you would think they would be. They are not. All right, what would make math numbers compatible? Well, that is two numbers that can be easy to compute. So two numbers that are easy to compute. So like, what would be an example? Like 30 divided by 10. It's 3. They're easy to compute. They get along okay. All right. Those are compatible numbers. Go ahead and pause here if you need to finish these notes. But try and go as fast as you can. We got a big lesson to get through today, and I want to make sure you get through it all. All right, we're going down to our real world link. I'm going to leave this up in case some of you are still writing. Hopefully you can see it from there. I tried to get that cord out of your way. It says, a remote control. Latasha and her two sisters want to buy their little brother a remote control helicopter. The helicopter costs $28.90. They decide to split it equally. What number that is a multiple of 3 is close to $28.90? So what could you say here? If they wanted to share the cost, we could round to something. $28.90 could round to something that's compatible with 3. Yeah, how about 30? Right? Because if you had 30 and you wanted to divide it by 3 people, each person would pay what? $10. All right? So 30 divided by 3 is $10. It's way easier. And honestly, with tax and stuff, it's probably really close to what you would need anyway. All right, use your answer from exercise 1 to determine how much each person will pay. And we already did that. We did 30 divided by 3. And each person will pay $10. And that's fair and fair. All right, what mathematical practices are we using when we talk about this real world link? You have to reason abstractly because we're dealing with story problems, and those are always an abstract concept. We can construct an argument with this one because we can say that, hey, you know what, $28.90 is really close to 30, and that's a fair share. So you could almost argue with your sisters that that is a fair, equitable amount for you guys to split the cost of that helicopter. We're always persevering with problems because we're working them out and not giving up. We didn't really model here, but we did use our mathematical tools of estimating and dividing. Precision, not so much, because when you estimate, it's not a precise answer. We didn't really use a lot of structure or repeated reasoning. All right, let's move on to page 224. Hopefully you guys are keeping up with me because we got a lot to cover and I don't want you getting behind. All right, to estimate quotients of decimals, use rounding and compatible numbers. Compatible numbers are numbers that are easy to divide mentally. All right, they're going to give us a couple examples to go through here. Estimate 11.75 divided by 3. Round the dividend 11.5 to a whole number. The divisor is 3, so round 11.5 to a whole number that is a multiple of 3. Well, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. Which one's closest to 11.75? Definitely 12. 12 divided by 3 we can do, so it's about 4. This is much easier than yesterday's lesson. I love rounding. All right, the Jenkins family bought 5 tickets to a charity auction. The receipt shows the total cost of tickets. Estimate the cost of each ticket and justify your answer. All right, total cost of tickets was $61.25. $61.25 is close to $60, and 60 is compatible with 5. So you divide by 5, so each one was about $12. Now, it was just over that if we did the actual answer. It would have been just over that because $61.25 is slightly higher than 60, so it would have been $12 and some change. All right, let's go down to letter A on the got it's. 49.3 divided by 7. What number here is compatible by 7? Look on your multiplication chart, go across the 7, and determine which one you think is really close. If you said 49, you're right. What's 49 divided by 7? 7. So over here, we would have written 7. 25, and we want to divide 98.1 divided by 25. Well, let's think about quarters here, money. 25, 50, 75, 100. 125, which is close to 98. If you said 100, you're right. 100 divided by 25, and that would go in 4 times. So that one would be about 4. Suppose the Jenkins family decided to purchase 6 tickets for the total price of $64.50. Using a discount, estimate the cost of each ticket and justify your answer. Let's see, multiple of 60. Now, we could go 2 ways on this one. $64.50, this 4 is actually 5 or below. So you could say $60. So 60 divided by 6 is what? Right, 10. Or we could round up to $66, because that's also divisible by 6, which would probably be a little closer, because if it's 64, that's $4.50 each ticket is over. So if we really want to get a closer estimate, I would round up. 66 divided by 6 would be 11. So either answer would be acceptable, but I would have put about $11. All right, if you have questions, check with an elbow partner real quick, and we are going to move on to this other side. Page 225, we're going to estimate by rounding the divisors. Next, in part 2, scoot it down a little bit. So when you get done, flip this over, and we're going to talk about this in part 2.